Good morning, I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. Paramedics, including a rescue helicopter, were called to the scene of a serious single-vehicle crash in Mowbray yesterday afternoon. It's reported a vehicle smashed into a tree on the Captain Cook Highway around 2:10. A patient in their 70s was airlifted to Cairns Hospital in a serious but stable condition. In other news, local health officials have confirmed Cairns is now truly in a second COVID wave. Yesterday alone, close to 380 new cases were reported. Acting Chief Executive of Cairns and Hinterland Hospital and Health Service, Steve Thacker, expects those numbers to peak this month. And Gordonvale residents are being told to limit non-essential water usage while water infrastructure works are underway. The advice is in place for Monday and Wednesday next week and the following week as well. We're asked to avoid using sprinklers, topping up pools and spas and cleaning cars, boats and houses. Council says it's so Gordonvale can continue to access a sufficient essential water supply in the event of any delays or unforeseen problems during the project. More details can be found on Council's website. To the weather across our region now, 33 degrees and sunny in Cairns today, and similar conditions for Innisfail reaching 32. Good morning, I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. Paramedics were called to West End late last night following reports a vehicle had collided with a pole. Emergency services arrived at the scene on Bundaberg Street around 11 o'clock, while a male patient was transported to Townsville Hospital stable for observation. In other news, Queensland's AMA says almost 1 in 5 doctors have treated a patient for missed or misdiagnosed serious complications after they'd been involved in a UTI pharmacist prescribing trial. It claims that includes instances of the wrong antibiotics being issued, as well as pregnancies and precancerous conditions being missed. President Chris Perry says it shows the urgent need for North Queensland's pharmacy prescribing trial to be scrapped. Taking a look at local sport, the Under-19 squad has been named for this year's Women's National Championships, a chance for local league players to step up into the team, which will take on New South Wales. Theo Mosby-Nonna from the Townsville Blackhawks has been included on the Queensland Sapphires list. She'll take part in training camps before being trimmed to 20-player teams for the championships in June. To the weather now, sunny conditions for Townsville today, while Ayr and Ingham can expect to see blue skies with a top of 34 degrees. That's all of your local news for now. Good morning, I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. A person is recovering today after reportedly being bitten by a snake on the hand in Coast Creek yesterday afternoon. Paramedics were called to the person's aid at a private property around 1 o'clock before transporting them to Nambour Hospital. They were in a stable condition. In other news, Queensland's Chief Health Officer's extraordinary emergency powers have been extended until the end of October. The government's public health bill passed last night, despite the opposition pushing for the powers to only be extended until late May. Meanwhile, COVID cases are rising across the Sunshine Coast as the state battles with its second Omicron wave. And as of Wednesday, 29 COVID patients were being treated at Sunshine Coast University Hospital, with 3 people in ICU. To sport, and the Under-19 squad has been named for this year's Women's National Championships, a chance for league players to step up into the team, which will take on New South Wales. 4 Sunshine Coast Falcons players have been named on the Queensland Sapphires list, including Shay Holiday. The girls are set to take part in training camps before being trimmed to 20-player teams for the championships in June. To the weather, mostly sunny in Noosa today and a top of 27 degrees in Caloundra. That's all for now. Good morning, I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. 2 people have been charged following an alleged altercation in New Auckland on Monday afternoon. Police say a fight broke out as a result of a traffic crash when a man began recording a 59-year-old woman and 18-year-old man on his phone. The 48-year-old with the phone was allegedly threatened by the younger man and assaulted by the woman. The 18-year-old offender was issued an infringement notice for public nuisance. while the new Auckland woman was charged with 1 count of common assault and is set to appear in Gladstone Magistrates Court later this month. In other news, tens of thousands of landowners across central Queensland will soon receive new land valuations. Queensland's Valuer-General says strong demand and confidence in the property sector and low interest rates have all contributed to high values. Also making news this Friday, Rockhampton Southside Library is celebrating International Children's Book Day tomorrow with a transport-themed morning of activities. Anyone under 5 who joins the library will be given a free bag, while there will be giveaways, vintage cars and motorbikes, and information on early literacy benefits. The event kicks off from 9:30. A possible shower for Rockhampton today and a top of 29 degrees for Gladstone. That's all of your local news for now. I'll see you again next hour. Good morning, I'm Makenna Baily with your local news update. Police are still trying to locate 2 people they say may be able to assist them with investigations into a fire at Granville State School. It's alleged a couple of wheelie bins were set alight on the school grounds earlier this week, causing significant damage to one of the buildings. One of the persons of interest is described as having long hair with a long-sleeve top with a hood. If you have additional information, you're urged to contact police. In other news, scientists are working to double soybean production in high rainfall areas within 3 years. State Agriculture Minister Mark Thurner says there's potential to grow a $30 million industry in existing and emerging cropping regions in Bundaberg. The project is all about making soybeans and sugarcane the perfect partners in the paddock. Meanwhile, a green sea turtle that survived a spear gun injury has been released back into the wild. She was found in February at Bundaberg and was sent to Australia Zoo for treatment. She's still got the spear tip lodged in her neck, but vets say it's unlikely to cause her any issues. And locals are urged to stay off the water today. It comes as the Weather Bureau has issued a wind warning for the Fraser Island coast, right down to the New South Wales border. That's all of your local news for now. I'll see you again within the hour.